They should put your tears on the radar.
They should. I mean, that's what's falling outside in New York City right now. Yeah, it was an unfortunate start to the season. There's still plenty of time. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it is a rainy start in New York City for sure. It is just hard to get moving on a Monday morning when you have downpours down across New Jersey into Philadelphia, down through Delaware and parts of Maryland too. This is going to extend up into New England. As you see, the heavier rain is moving into Connecticut. We do have some flood watches in effect because don't forget Hurricane Lee brought a few inches of rain, especially across down East Maine over the weekend. So any additional rainfall could lead to that flash flooding potential. Just want to point out it's a quick moving storm system. So we'll start off with rain in the morning across the mid-Atlantic. This will move up into New England by this afternoon and evening. And then by tomorrow morning, the whole thing, for the most part, will be pulling away. A little bit of moisture on the back side of it. So still this afternoon, we'll hang on to a few spotty showers. But most of the heavier rain will be across Maine, up through New Hampshire, into southeastern Massachusetts, into Rhode Island, too, where we could end up with about 1 to maybe up to 3 inches of rain. Just something to keep in mind as we start off this work week. Elsewhere, though, most of the country is looking absolutely gorgeous. Wall-to-wall sunshine up across the Midwest, 70s and 80s, a little warmer across the northern plains, highs today in the 80s and 90s. That's a look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds. Golden Grahams, like before bed. I never liked them for breakfast. I like them as dessert. Ooh,
yeah, nice little crunch with some vanilla.
Emily's getting upset. This is not the point of her story.
Now we're just all in on cereal.
Cereal's booming here.
All right, we've got a lot going on in the tropics, although the next big storm system, this Hurricane Nigel, is expected to strengthen into a major hurricane, but it's going to stay out over the water. But it's this little area right in through here off the southeast coast that we'll have to keep an eye on. There's a 30% chance of this developing into something over the next 5 to 7 days, and obviously right along the east coast there, so that is something we will certainly keep an eye on. But here is Hurricane Nigel. It is a Category 1 storm right now. Winds are up to 80 miles per hour. It is going to remain as a very strong hurricane, even strengthening into a major hurricane, but you see it's out over the water, although this still could impact the surf along the east coast, close enough to maybe make the rip currents a little more dangerous as that storm moves up the east coast. In the meantime, we do have heavy rain across the mid-Atlantic into New England today. That is going to be gone by tomorrow morning, and then otherwise things are staying nice and quiet, even warm across a good portion of the country. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window.
This week will lead to a negotiation, and then that won't happen.
Yeah, so a lot of pressure on those talks.
Yeah, indeed.
Chloe, thanks for that. Appreciate it very much. Next.
And
love it.
Still ahead, Kaylee's going to take us inside the game. All right, we are back with some very special birthdays to celebrate.
Special. Cute. Ahead on our 4th hour, Hoda will be there. Of course, she's out right now. She'll be back for that. They've got the Office star, Rainn Wilson.
Oh, great. Coming up, though, in just a few minutes on the 3rd hour, we're going to share a few laughs and probably switch to a 7-second delay because Leslie Jones will be live in Studio 1A. She's got this hilarious.
What's the name of her book?
Can't even say the book's name.
Really?
No.
Oh, no. Is it going to rain all day out east, dilly dilly?
Most of them, and then it'll get better.
Yeah.
Like it'll get better.
It always gets better at some point.
We'll see right after a check of your local news, weather, and these messages.